When I showed my face at school on Friday, Miss Amy constantly invited me to go pay ISA a visit in the hospital. It caught me by surprise, as it hadn't so much as occurred to me, and before I could reply, Amy inexplicably said, "I want to come too." So I was compelled to go along with the flow and come to the hospital with them. For the record, I'm definitely not a cold person. It's just that I thought it wasn't the time or place for me to act considerate of others, not with Shogun menacing me. I don't want to die. After going in through the front entrance and reaching the lobby, Musimi looked around as if he were at a total loss.
どうしたの？
いや、岸本の病室ってどこなんだろうなって思ってよ。
Had he come here all the way without knowing? If so, it'd be too exasperating for words.
ここは外来棟だよ。病棟は隣。
そうなのか。
大地、しっかりしてよ。
Tokyo's AH General Hospital. It was the hospital I'd attended in the past, and I'd been back shortly before this. As a result, I was fairly familiar with what could be found where. Unable to help remembering Dr. Takashina, I uttered a silent groan. Mr. Gun turned back towards me as he started walking towards the hospital building.
で、病棟の何号室だと思う？
そんなのわかんないよ。
Isn't there some kind of desk you could ask? This was a general hospital, so it had a lot of different departments. If I were to think of it.
多分外科じゃないかな。でももしかすると精神科かも。
Ayase had appeared to have taken on too many external injuries when she fell, and because planning to do suicide when jumping off must have meant she'd been driven to the brink psychologically, it would make plenty of sense for her to be in the psych ward. For some reason, even I had brought up to a room in the psychiatric department after the commotion at O-Front.
タクって物知りだな。
常識でしょ、常識。ね、タク。
I don't think it's quite common sense. I wouldn't have known either. Without the experience of having gone back and forth from this hospital countless times. Mimi halted as we were about to enter the hospital building.
私、お手洗い行ってくる。先に行ってて。
Really now? I'm suspicious. She said and waved a hand at us and rushed on back toward the outpatient clinic. Simpkin and I thought it would be a bother to the other patients if we walked all around the hospital interior. We ended up asking at the nurse's station. As predicted, they told us her room was on the floor for the psychiatric patients. Let's click green this time. It was an individual room about 19 square meters large. When we entered, there was a bathroom included on the right hand side of the bed, and a bed on the very back. The light of the setting sun shone through the window beyond it. The crucial ingredient, Ayase herself, wasn't on the bed. Judging by how the sheets were mussed, she must have been there recently, but... Oh god, I clicked on green, so... Old Sarah, she's in the shower.
どこ行ったんだ？
さあ。
ま、戻ってくるまで待つか。
For some reason, Mr. McGinn started searching the room once he had spoken. Looked like he hadn't had a scrap of delicacy in him. Wouldn't be overstating things to call this Ice bedroom. He'd left lots of personal items and clothing lying around, and the unique pleasant scent of a girl's room floated in the air, mixed with the smell of disinfectant. Really? I mean, usually hospitals have a very peculiar hospital smell to them. Going in a room without permission, while she was out, discomforted me, making me feel like we were peeking in on our private affairs.
そういうの良くないよ。外で、待ってた方が。
ちょっと見るだけだって。お前も知りたいと思わねえのか？フェスの私生活ってやつをよ。
That's definitely a breach of privacy.
興味あるだろ？
Indeed. Ice's private affairs were enveloped in mystery. This might be a good chance to take a look. Mr. didn't seem to feel the least bit of hesitation. I had second thoughts when I saw his unapologetic demeanor. Oh, I already am regretting clicking on the green option. I turned back towards the door to the room once, making sure no one was coming, and heart pounding, the first thing I checked out was the bed. Slightly rumpled sheets. Not quite understanding what I must have expected. I softly flipped them back and dabbed at my eyes. Oh, thanks, game. Lingerie had been hidden under the sheets. Plus, it was a full set, top and bottom. What appeared to be purple panties were bundled up in a casual ball, and I could only assume she'd taken them off and tossed them there. Oh, I'm already regretting this. Really? Really, game? They weren't unused. She'd thrown them. And this was an individual room. I couldn't imagine that anyone other than Isaac had put them on. So hot. I took a hasty glance over at Mizumi-kun. He was reading a magazine he'd taken in hand, and he hadn't noticed the shocking sight on top of the bed. But still, this is a delusion. My eyes went back to the lingerie. I gulped. My throat was parched. I held it unconsciously stretched trembling fingers toward that lingerie. I read that my heartbeat was quickening. I furtively touched her panties. For some reason, there was a strange self-sensuality to them. This is kind of weird. Well, no shit.
それは私のお稲荷さんだ。
What? What?
見ろよタク、変な本があるぞ。
What? Okay. That just went from slightly creepy to very creepy to funny as hell. Missy Wicken called to me, startling me. I was standing in the corner of the hospital room. The bedsheet hadn't been turned back, and naturally, I didn't see any sexual lingerie there. A delusion. I had a sense that the final development had been unbelievably disgusting, but I decided to be better off not remembering. He had taken the volume from the shelf in hand. I was looking at it intently.
ヌーだぜ、ヌー。
What?
この雑誌、まだ続いてたんだな。
New was a specialty publication that focused on general information about anything occult related, like UFOs, aliens, psychics, religion, urban legends, strange phenomena, advanced ancient cultures like Atlantis, and Hobarts. Barts? Front? What? It made a lot of sense that ISA only ever talked about weird stuff. Would read this magazine.
こっちの文庫本は、なになに？グラジオールサーガ？ファンタジー小説っぽいな。
Yeah, and that novel had quite a few similarities with what's happening in at least the delusional world. I didn't know about that novel, but I remembered hearing the words Langel. Where had I heard it again? I thought it'd been rather recently, but...
岸本と付き合うとなると、この趣味に合わせないといけねえのか。大変そうだぜ、これは。
Like she's been interested in you. Had he still not given up on dating Kishimoto yet? Even though she'd rejected him with an instant KO before?
Huh?
I probably noticed that Isa's D-sword was propped up by the window. Its form resembled a battleship in a sci-fi movie. No matter when I looked at it, it was a badass sword furnished with both beauty and cruelty. It was simply sitting there, but it gave off an amazing sense of presence as ever. Yeah, I really like the different designs of these swords we've seen so far. I'm still guessing that Yua and Nanami will have these swords at some point. Mizumi didn't appear to have noticed the sword. Ordinary people couldn't see it after all. If I took it away without saying anything to Ayase, would it become my sword? No, that would be stealing. If it meant I could get my hands on the D-sword without any effort, this wasn't the time to care about appearances. The fire rose within me. I gulped and timidly reached my hand towards the sword and gripped its handle. I had meant to grip the handle, but my hand passed through it. All my fingers closed around was air. I tried it again, but the result was the same. I couldn't grasp it. I couldn't even touch it. Did that mean this sword wasn't even rebooted now? Because it hadn't achieved local shared recognition, it remained as nothing more than the delusions of ISAs. A delusion, a dream, an after image.
何やってんだお前。
Mr. put a puzzled face when he saw me. Yeah, Remy not being there, suddenly washing her hands in a whole different building. That's too suspicious. 10 minutes passed, but Isa still hadn't showed no signs of returning. Nor did Remy, who was supposed to have gone to the bathroom, show up. I wondered where she'd gone.
リミってこの病室の場所知ってたか？
あ、
We'd ask about the location of the hospital room at the nurse's station after parting from Remy. Maybe she was wandering around somewhere, unsure of where to go. I mean, she could just have asked the nurse's station too. That's not a big deal.
あいつバカだからな。俺たちみたいに誰かに聞こうって発想がないのかもしんねえぞ。
探しに。
I'd be secure if Remy rides with me. I couldn't state for sure that even this hospital was safe. If Shogun were peeping in on my thoughts, he must know about me being here.
そうだな。待つのも飽きたし、タクもあいつがいないと寂しいだろうからな。なあ、ぶっちゃけリミとはどうなんだ？
That's none of your business.
え？
付き合ってんのかって聞いてんだよ。お前ら最近結構いい感じじゃね？
付き合ってないよ。
My face went hot as I spoke. Me and Remy going out? Huh? I certainly envisioned it countless times. I hadn't any interest in the third dimension, but Remy's existence was starting to occupy more and more space inside me. But when Remy said, "I'll be there for you," she also said,
そんなの友達だからに決まってるでしょ。
in other words, she only saw me as a friend. Of course, don't think of becoming involved in a romantic relationship. Don't have a creep like me. Anyway, Remy was dense when it came to that sort of thing. Miss Himmiken and I split up to look for Remy and ISA. Miss Himmiken had gone down the stairs, but I decided to search on the upper floors.
Amisha! Roja! Amisha!
What? In the hallway, I passed an aging inpatient. He looked to be in his 50s. As he tottered along, he never stopped calling a person named Ami-chan. Oh wait, of course, this is a psychiatric ward. I forgot. Ignoring him, I continued to the far end of the corridor. I didn't have that much resistance to the idea of walking around in the hospital. Wait a second. We saw Shogun in the hospital room. What if Shogun is inside one of these... rooms here? It must have been because I'd often come here in the past. Except... my heart pounded at the thought that Shogun might appear around corners in the hallway, or from inside hospital bedrooms with flung open doors. Besides, the strange scream-like cries I'd heard once in a while from somewhere or other were bad for my heart. The corridor was completely cream-colored. Some of the hospital doors had their doors open. I can't read. And some didn't. I picked in many of them to make sure that Shogun wasn't there. No beds were lined up in all the rooms, with human shape puffed up under the sheets. Patients were probably sleeping there, except their faces were in my blind spot, so I couldn't see them. Few people were walking down the hallway. The Asian man who would called Amit-chan, and a single nurse. At present, those two were the only ones that passed. For some reason, I felt like I didn't really want to be here. The atmosphere was weighty. It was unpleasant, but I got the feeling that I wasn't supposed to be here. As I went further, the hall turned as if it were breaking to the right. While I tentatively rounded the corner, I wondered if hospital rooms continued beyond there. Okay. Without warning, there was a wall in front of me. I would call it a wall. It's just nothingness. Moreover, it is as if the cream color throughout the rest of the hallway had been a lie. Only the area at the end of the turn was coated in black paint. For some reason, my pulse quickened. I became incapable of moving a single step away. My vision shook dizzily. I thought it was vertigo and closed my eyes. And when I rubbed the tops of my eyelids with my fingers, my eyeballs were twitching. Icy chills came crawling from my feet. Forgetting to breathe, I stood in place. I looked at the black before me. It seemed as if it would suck me in. It seemed as if it would follow me. Everywhere, deep black. Even though nothing should have been there, someone was watching me from somewhere. God's gaze penetrated the back of my neck. Its presence was beyond comparison to when I was in my base. Don't look. Using all the emotional strength left in me, I closed my eyes. That instant, I became able to breathe and wheezed as I retreated. As I continued, I lowered my face and went back to the hallway after fleeing. Panting, I hurried back to the floor with ISA's hospital room. When I touched the nape of my neck, sticky sweat had started oozing out. Not just my neck, my whole body was sweaty. What in the hell was it? Shogun looking in my thoughts. God's gaze wouldn't go away. The difficulty I had breathing and my chills wouldn't lessen. My mood with it all at once. I just wanted to go home. I wanted to have Remy accompany me, and I wanted to shut myself up in my base. For starters, far from being pleased, ISA would get aggravated if the likes of me visited her in the hospital. It was idiotic for me to tag along for Mr. Mikun's visit, given his blatant ulterior motives. And I'll go home before Shogun and Yua appear. They came and went without warning. They pinned down my location with ease. I had to stay braced no matter where I went. I swayed along, aiming for Isa's hospital room, holding a hand up to the wall as I went, praying that I would be able to join up with Remy. I slowly creeped along.
山井さんがまたアミーちゃんっていう名前を呼んでたんですよ。
I heard the nurse talking from my head. When I looked up, two nurses were walking this way. One was still young, the other was a plump, middle-aged lady.
一体誰のことを探してるのか。
それこの病院に伝わる怪談よ。誰も知らない幻の病室があって、そこにアミーちゃんが入院してるらしいわ。もう何年も前からある噂。
I faced down and waited for the two of them to pass me by. I held my breath to keep them from noticing my loud panting. I could tell they were looking at me with unconcealed suspicion, but for now, all I could do was ignore them. After passing the two nurses and walking even more desperately, I reached the nurse's station. I should have reached Isa's hospital room before this, but apparently I'd overshot it. I clicked my tongue and wiped sweat off my forehead. I sensed someone watching me again. The rest of my chest dropped painfully. My ears were ringing too. I felt incredibly sick. My body was in the worst possible condition. Though it hadn't been like this when I arrived here. What was happening to me? It was amazingly agonizing, and I couldn't put up with it any longer. And I went to seek help from the nurses in the nurses' station. But only one was there. For some reason, it's always her. I'm not sure what's up with that. She stood with her back to me, seeming not to realize I was there. I muttered something as she immersed herself in her work. She had a clipboard in hand. Something was written on the paper stuck to it. I met her a number of times before. Nurse Hatsuki-san. Of course. This was the General Hospital's psychiatric department. It was natural for her to be here. I myself had been under her care twice in only the past month. That was convenient. If I trust her, she'd soon come to attend to me. Right then, a sound rang out. The kind of call that would give anyone an abrupt sense of strain. Startled, Hazuki-san set the clipboard down and manipulated something on the switchboard by her hands. The sound of the call soon cut off. It must have been some patient summoning her, since she hurriedly flew out of the nurse's station. Why hadn't she taken any notice of me, even though I'd been in terrible pain close behind her? I couldn't stay standing. I was horribly dizzy. Helpless, I entered the nurse's station to await her return. Finding a stool where Hazuki-san had previously been standing, I sat down on it. My head ached, similar to during the earthquake last week. But I thought the nature of the pain back then had differed. I wanted to drink something. Perhaps because I'd been panting repeatedly, breathing alone was enough to make my throat hurt. I looked around idly. The clipboard Hazuki-san had been carrying. The drawing on it entered my field of sight.
Eh?
The hell? What the hell? That was a stinking thing. As she helped examine me, Hazuki-san was always writing something down on this clipboard. A gentle smile on her face. I thought it'd be temperature measurements or the names of medicines for prescriptions.
Eh?
Which was why I couldn't comprehend why it was drawn there.
これって
Somewhere before, I seen the scrappy doodle. Where had I seen it? I mean, it's a staking murder, it's obvious. My head hurt, a stabbing pain, a tingling sensation at the back of my neck. Don't look at me. I took the clipboard in hand. Several papers that looked like patient records were held there. I'm fairly sure what you're doing now is very illegal. I flipped the first page. 16 crappy drawing was on the second page. I turned still more pages. The same on the third page. And the fourth, and the fifth, and the sixth. All of them were scribbles repeating the same drawing. This drawing was... the staking